I've been working in InDesign for over a decade, and I'll show you the best workspace I've organized to create files for print. I walk you through and explain every panel and what for I use it. Hi, I'm Tanya, an editorial designer, and let's take a look at my workspace. First, before creating a new document, go to InDesign Preferences. This way, the settings will be applied to all new files. Here's just a few settings I made. Go to the Composition section and turn on the Hyphen and Justification Violation option. It will highlight the text that doesn't fit with the hyphen and justification settings, leading to awkward spacing or too many hyphens. Next, I go to the units, and for ruler units, I'll choose millimeters. In the grid, I adjust 5% to the view threshold for the baseline grid. I like to see my baselines all the time. And click the checkbox for grids in back, so the grid stays behind the elements. Next, go to Dictionary. I have the UK English selected, along with appropriate quotation marks. And next is Spelling. I recommend customizing this tab as you need it, and you can see mine. And now go to the Appearance of Black. And here I recommend to choose Display all blacks accurately for both screen and printing options. This way you will see the most accurate display of black color, and the overprint black swatch at 100% should be turned on. I also recommend going through all the tabs and setting everything up according to your needs. Next, press OK. Now I'll create the new document. Turn on the preview, and actually I don't need any settings right now, so I'll just create it. And here is my workspace. Here I can choose one of the basics workspaces or create a new one. And let's start with the right panel. This is where I manage my text styles. First we have the character styles panel, and below that is the paragraph style panel. For me, these two are the most important panels because styles make the layout process very easy and fast, and I like to have quick access to them. So, I start each new document by adding the grapes paragraph style to the paragraph style panel. Go to CC Libraries, here is my grapes styles, right-click, Add to paragraph styles. Along with it comes the no break character style, because grep commands use it. By the way, I have a video about greps that I always use, check it out. So there is only one setting in the no break style, and that is the no break checkbox. And here is my grep commands. As you can see, they use the no break character style. Let's take a look at the other settings I've assigned to this paragraph style as my basic style. Here I left the basic paragraph settings as they are. I only changed the font size to 10 and the leading to 12, as that matches the baseline grid spacing. You can see it right here, 12 points. Go back to the paragraph style. So, I also enabled the Keep Line Together function, and it's two lines at start and end of paragraph. That way I'll avoid orphan lines. Next is the hyphenation. The hyphenation zone setting controls how text is hyphenated in left or right aligned paragraphs. For English text, a good starting point is around 5 mm. This strikes a balance between avoiding too much hyphenation and maintaining a visually consistent right margin. You can increase the zone slightly if you prefer the more relaxed edge with fewer hyphens, and if you want a cleaner edge, reduce the zone to allow more hyphenation. Also, I moved the slider to the left for better spacing. And the next is justification settings. By adjusting word spacing, letter spacing, and glyph spacing, you can control justified text, helping to reduce awkward gaps and prevent lines from being too tight or too loose. These settings should be customized for your specific project, considering factors like column width and font size. And this is my starting values. I also choose Paragraph Composer because it's generally better for more balanced and consistent text blocks in layout. And the last one is Grep Style, which you already seen. So, moving on to the next panels. Oh, you can also see here Object Styles, I use it sometimes, and the Attributes. I use it really rarely, but sometimes I need this overprint option. Next, I create the first paragraph style based on this grep style, name it body for body text, and you can see all my greps are here. and start working. So moving on to the next panels. This section is for detailed text formatting. Let's create a text block. For text formatting, you can also use the top bar, but you have to click inside the text block before. Here is character formatting controls and paragraph formatting controls. And it doesn't allow you to edit more than one text blocks at a time, which is sometimes necessary. And here is the story panel. For the optical margin alignment, it helps to create more aesthetically pleasant and balanced text margins by adjusting the position of characters that extend beyond the text frame edge. Let's take a look. Oh, I forgot to show baseline grid. You go to View, Grids and Guides and show baseline grid. As you can see, my text is aligned to baseline, which is one of my basic settings. Right here, align to grid all lines. And you can change it right here. Don't align, align. So back to optical margin alignment. I'll change paragraph align to justify. And now you can see the difference. While optical margin alignment is on, the text block looks more balanced. And if I turn it off, it looks like text blocks have small dents right here. And this edge looks smooth, even though some characters actually go outside the frame. So, next to the left side of my workspace. Here's the Pages panel, of course. It helps in navigating multi-page layouts, as well as applying parent to pages. You can check my other video about parent pages. And next is the Links panel. I customized the panel to show status, page, color space, actual PPI and effective PPI. All this information I need to prepare my images for printing, and I have a video about this too. The layers helps me separate different elements of my design. I use it quite often. The info panel provides detailed information about selected text, like how many characters, words, lines and paragraphs are selected. And sometimes I need that information too. I also use CC libraries all the time for quick access to style elements for projects I work. You can see here colors and some elements and character styles and a lot of other styles. And next panels are swatches, color, gradient for managing colors, and the effects panel as well. Next block is for text wrapping, stroke settings, align and pathfinder to create different visual styles. The glyphs panel for uncommon characters, mostly for the acute accent. Next is panels to create tables. The magazine I work for has a lot of graphs and tables. Next is the separation preview panel. I use it to control ink limit and the separation view to manage spot colors. You can see here is no spot colors right now. The spot colors are special inks used in printing to achieve specific colors not easily matched with CMYK colors, like the gold one or silver. You just need to adjust color type to spot, let's name it gold, and it will appear right here. This way the printers will know that you need to print this object by using special inks. The Preflight panel shows any errors. I have it at the bottom here as well. Preflight panel. And I customized the profile for it. Let's take a quick look. Here are some basic settings for links and some for text. And I turned on a few more settings. In color, to show me if the registration color is applied. It's a black color with 100% of each ink, which is too much for print. And next is for the text block. It will show me if some glyphs are missing or some font types that not allowed, like protected ones. And I also checked the box for minimum type size, but just to text with multiply inks or white. For black colors it's not a problem, and this is all my settings. Next is the flattener preview panel. I use it mostly to control the transparent objects and the affected ones. Here is my script panel. I have 4 scripts here: delete empty text frames, extract hyperlinks, fill all frames proportionally, and remove empty lines. These two I used quite often. The hyperlinks panel to see all the attached links, and finally the background tasks panel to keep me informed of ongoing processes such as imports and exports. And that's my InDesign workspace. I love to work fast and effective. Just take a look how I optimized my work with paragraph styles. So I hope this tour gives you some ideas for setting up your workspace, and I'll see you next time.